In order to determine the spectral sensitivities of your camera by using the IQ-LED devices, you basically have to activate the individual channel one at a time and then capture an image with your camera under test of each of these channels. The manual and most simple way to do that is basically just click on the individual channels. So this is the first color channel that makes the channel light up, and you can actually change the intensity of the channel, and in order to do the spectral measurement you basically move it to the maximum intensity. And then you capture an image with your camera. You switch the LED off and go to the next channel, do the same thing. You activate the channel, move it to the maximum, capture another image, switch it off again, go to the next channel, move it to the maximum, take an image, and you do that with all the 20 color channels, and basically that way you can capture all 20 images that are needed for the spectral characterization. If you have to do this more often and not just once, it kind of makes sense to store the individual channels as illuminants. Let me show you how to do that. So let's switch those off and activate the first channel again at its maximum intensity. Then you basically press this button here for the current illuminant and move this down to the stored illuminants. You can then double click on that and give it a name. Let's take channel number 1. Then you use this button here on the right hand side to switch it off again. Go to the second channel, do the same thing, drag it down, rename it channel number 2, switch off, channel number 3, there we go, drag it down to the stored illuminants, rename it channel number 3, and so on and so forth. So you do that with all the 20 color channels that the IQ-LED has available. And then if you want to do your measurement, you can press the individual channels and it will always light up just that one LED. And you can take the individual pictures. So that's a little easier than having to click on the channels and move them to the maximum, etc. So once you've stored that, it's relatively easy to activate one channel at a time. You can even automate that. So by pressing this play button here, you can create a sequence. And let's say we generate a new sequence and maybe call that camera calibration. Okay, then you click in this window here and you see your IQ-LED devices that you have available. In this case it's the Cal2. And then you see all the stored illuminants of your device. You can tell the software how long each of these illuminants should light up. Let's say we want 1000 milliseconds, so 1 second for each of the channels. Then I simply just press channel 1 as the first one and drag it down to the sequence here. Then I take channel 2 and drag it down after, and channel 3, and you do that with all the 20 color channels that you have stored then. And when you press the play button afterwards, what the software does, it basically displays each of the channels for 1 second as selected here, and then you have enough time to actually expose an image with your camera, one channel by channel, and that's relatively easy to do for a lab environment. So that's how you do all this manually. Of course, on a production line you would fully automate this, but in a lab environment this works pretty well.